Yep. Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. Happy Thursday. It's a little. Oh, hang on.
Sarah here from the Paper Cut.
We got all these electronics.
I just said I have to turn the volume off on my computer. I said, oh, I got to turn mine off too, and then hers went boink. And totally forgot my phone that's in front of me. So we know we have sound. We know we have video. Yay! Oh, geez. You'd think after doing this for like
A year?
3 years that we'd have our act together, right? But stuff happens. So anyways, what do we have going on? Last week we had our Ovals and Bunnies Fun Time Thursday. That was fun. And coming up in May, we have Crafter's Classroom, which we're doing a flip book kit, which I showed you one, but I had to do samples for the other colors, because when we started with the flip book kit like eons ago, we only had white. So for this one I did black and I did cream too, so I needed to do like brand new samples. So I don't have photos in them, but this is the black, white, and gray one. So, and I did some stamping in it, but anyways, black and white works super easy because you just convert all your photos to black and white, and bam, they're done. You don't have to think about matching colors or anything like that. Although you can add like an accent color. That's always kind of fun. My daughter and I did the Susan Komen 3-day walk, so I did a black and white one and then just popped in a bunch of pink in there, and that worked really good. But then I did like a cream one with some different pattern papers in there. So anyways, if you're thinking about the flipbook kit, it's the Crafter's Classroom project on Saturday, May 12th. Doesn't necessarily have to be for photos. Well, you could do photos of flowers. It doesn't have to be of people, and you don't have to scrapbook. You don't have to. It's easy because you just put a picture on the page and some journaling on what you pull out, or a picture of a flower and some journaling, or you could even do recipes. But it's much easier than doing, like if you say I'm not a scrapbooker, but you just want like a keepsake thing to hold some photos in. It's easy to do. So you
Even
can join
I could
me.
do it.
Yeah, even Mom could do it. So, but you could join me, put it together, and then you can just put some pictures in it. I'm intimidated for scrapbooking by doing like a whole page, a whole layout. But this, we get the base put together, and then you're just adding pictures to the pockets and maybe on the insides. So, and then we're doing a masculine card class on the 18th of May. I didn't get my samples done today, so sorry. But we're gonna go down to the table because I did get some new dies and stamps. So these are kind of my inspirations. So since I haven't, we're gonna go down to the table. Okay. I moved out of the frame.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
But since I haven't designed them yet, if you have specifics for masculine cards, now they're not all going to be about dad. Some people don't have a dad anymore, so I understand that. So there'll be different choices for sayings, maybe birthday, some dad sayings, maybe retirement, maybe thank you, thinking of you. So yeah, but you'll get some different options for sayings. And I know I'm doing one with tools, so because I did start die cutting out some tools and stuff. But then in this one, I might not necessarily use it, but I had to get it because I've got a tractor obsessed grandson, so I got this one mostly for me. But I've got golf, I've got a canoe, I've got a new pattern paper pad coming. So anyways, this is just some stuff that I'm going to be working with. The canoe with the little...
Canoe?
Canoe.
Canoe?
I can canoe.
Okay.
Golf, canoe. But if you have anything that you want me to do, I am all for it. And since I'm just at the beginning stages of designing that, you feel free to shoot it out there. Because somebody for the last class said, can you do a sympathy card? I'm like, rock on. Yeah. So, because I needed an idea for a last card. Anyways, today we are working with, and this is a new product for us, but it was kind of designed by Rubbernecker. And they said, can you do these shadow boxes? And so we put these kits together for them. So honestly, I've just pulled them out and started working with them today because I went around the shop today. And this morning I said to Becky, I said, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I said, I think I've done everything here at least once. Some things I've done twice. And she went right over to these and she said, have you done these yet? And so I said, perfect. And then I came in my stamp room and I had like these from a different thing. So I was like, I'm going to do beach because beach, I love the beach. Beach makes me happy. I mean, being with my, grandkids and family, and well, I only have one grandkid and a grandpuppy. But anyways, they all make me happy, but I love the beach. Beach is just, I haven't been there for a couple of years now, so I need to get to the beach again because it's just so nice sitting on the beach, watching the waves come in. So I like that. That's kind of my happy place where I like to go when I get a chance, which isn't very often. But anyways, so we have these shadow boxes, and this is what the die cut looks like. So in the little set, you get the die cut, plus you get a piece that is kind of this backer piece, and that's what you're going to build your scene on. So we're going to go through and we're going to make one. And honestly, I have not made one from beginning to end. So doing it with you. And I think I had decided on white. Oh, here it is.
So Bobby Kendall's father is going to be 100 years old.
Wow.
She hopes you come up with something super.
Super. I will try to come up with something super, Bobby. So, anyways, there's a lot of scores on here. So I'm just going to go through and fold the scores first. Oh, actually, I'm just going to show you how to assemble it first. I don't even know if I'm going to do that, but actually I think I'm not going to show you how to assemble it first. But there's lots of scores on there. But really you only see these front parts and the sides. This back piece is how it actually gets put together. So I'm going to pull one out and I'm going to decorate it first. And I am going to use our stencil that we used last week for our clouds. So I'm going to do that just because I want to put clouds on the background here. So I'm just going to start there and then I'll assemble it. And because it's so narrow, we won't even have too many clouds on there. So it's not going to take very long to do our clouds. So we did this in the class last week where we did clouds, and this was with the cloud stencil. But I just want some clouds on my shadow box. So we're just going to start there and then we will assemble it. So yeah, this one I did not come up with. This was like a rubbernecker thing. They have a die for it. But they said, can you do them as a pre-cut? And I'm like, absolutely, we can do that for you. So that's what we did. That's how we ended up with this shadow box. Now this shadow box is different from some other ones that you see out there because it does not collapse down. One of their designers, Kitty, does a lot with die cuts and a lot of dimensional stuff. So she has some pretty awesome samples of this. Or actually all of her samples are pretty awesome. So yeah, that's how we got started with this, and it's been sitting for just a little bit and I haven't done anything with it, and Becky's like, hey, maybe you should do that. I'm always up for a good challenge.
Yeah.
So, but yes, if you all have any requests, I'm kind of at the point where I don't have anything, planned or coming up besides classes and such. So if there's anything that you want to see, or you have, have something that you're like, oh, I have this paper cut thing and I don't know what to do with it, now's the time, because I'm looking for some stuff to do for my Thursday nights. So, and I like to help you guys out with maybe some products that you already have from us that you don't know what to do with. So anyways, there we have, oops, I missed the bottom here. Hang on one second. I've got a little bit more to do because that's going to be one side. And I need to add a little color there. Okay, so there, we're done with the front of that. Now let's go to the assembly of it. You just definitely have to do the if you want to decorate via stamping. If you're going to add die cuts, we can add that to the end, which is what we're going to do.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
Will you be selling the die or just the pre-cut?
Just the pre-cuts. Rubbernecker does have the die for it. So they have the die for this size, which is the A2 size. It's 4 by 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch deep. But Rubbernecker has this in 2 sizes, and they have the die. So, and I believe at the shows they also have these 2 packages, but they don't have them on their website yet. But they do have the die for the box. I am not going to do the die because it's kind of their thing, so we're not, they already have it. So we're not going to do it. We just did the pre-cuts because they asked us if we would do the pre-cuts for them. So we're folding. Go ahead.
Rubbernecker will be carrying the...
They have the die, and the die is on their website. So you can go to their website and just type in the word shadow on their website, Mom, if you're going to make any links.
Okay.
And so now this back part needs to be attached in there because that's what, if we fold this up and we get it all the way folded, you need a backer through here to attach your scene onto. So and it normally comes with white, so I have that here. And actually I should stencil some clouds on there. Let me do that really quick. I forgot. So yes, on this backer piece, your scene base, if you are going to decorate it, at least with stamping, you need to do that before you assemble it. So let me pull out my die again, or my stencil. And
what did you say to type in, Sarah?
Type in shadow.
Shadow. All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So, and this is, so if you're not stamping or doing anything on this base part, you don't need to do this before it's assembled. If you're just adding die cuts, you could do it all after. Because we're going to add die cuts also.
Square shadow box frame die?
They have 2 of them.
Okay.
I think they have an A2 size and a square size.
Okay.
All right, so I'm a little dark up there, but that's okay because that will probably be, it'll be close to the top. So now we need to get this into here. The easiest way is turn it over. We're going to open it up and we're going to turn this face down, and we're going to put tape along this edge. My fingernails are blue again, so I'm getting blue everywhere. So, and then these are our these little guys right here are our little tape tabs. So basically it's going to fold up with these little tape tabs going in like this. So like this little tape tab will attach to right here. This little tape tab will attach to right there. This little tape tab attaches to there. This little tape tab attaches there. So we're just going to put tape on there. An ATG probably isn't the optimal tape to use for such a small area, but I'm fairly confident with my ATG abilities, so I'm going to go ahead and use, and I can take this off for a minute. So these are just our little tape tabs. Now this isn't a card that you're going to make last minute. So this is one that you're actually going to put a little time into. So yeah, that's our background in there. So this is face down. It's face down right now. And we're attaching our, actually I'm going to put tape on these things too. These end pieces, because those are, we do have tape right here, but then everything sticks nicely, just in case we didn't. Hang on. I just want to make sure I didn't turn it around so my clouds are upside down. Okay, so our little tape tabs. Our little tape tabs. See, the little tape tabs are attaching to the sides. That's why I folded it all on all of my scores first. Okay, now it doesn't matter which you fold in first. So we could fold my small ends in first or the large ends in. And those are just attaching right there to form our box. And then we're going to turn it over and we can just give our scene base a push. So that's what makes our box shape. And now we can decorate it. So we just made a little box. This scene base, it comes white. In the white set or the colored set, it comes white, and it's basically just to build your base on. So now I do have some things that I kind of pre-cut out, and in my stamp room I found some foam tape that's a little bit thicker. So I thought, well, that might be really useful because then I can kind of build layers up behind here. So I can attach things onto the front. I can attach things onto here. And with some wider foam tape, which I've never used these as hearts. I've just always used them if I needed to build something up bigger. And I just have a drawer with stuff in it. And I found these today. I'm like, oh, I've got some extra thick foam tape. Hearts. So, like our little waves, I want to build them up. So I want 2 sets of waves behind here. Okay, so I have this one that's going to be closer to the front. And then I cut a taller one that's going to be closer to the back. I am just going to brush blend them a little bit because I like different shades. Are you finding stuff, Mom?
Yep, I found it.
Okay.
And I did the square one, now I'm going to do the A2.
Okay. No, this color doesn't work very good. So hang on, let me get a darker color. I thought this one would be fine. Okay, so I've got my wave border dies, and this is a die set from us. So it's a longer wave border die because it can go on a slimline card. And I cut this one, the front one, to the correct length, which is slightly under 5 1/4. It is exactly 5 1/4, but we could even trim it just slightly because you're not going to see this 1/2 inch on either side. So I could cut it a little bit less. And then I just want to figure out where I'm going to line it up on my taller one and cut that one to the same length. So depending on which wave section I want. Yeah, I love the beach. I'm going to have to get there this summer. Last time I went to the beach, we went to Barbados.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. That was in 2020, right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attach this one in here, but to give it a little dimension, I'm going to use my extra thick foam tape that I didn't even hardly know I had. And we're just going to pop it up. Now you can use regular foam tape, but I'm going to use these hearts because A, I have them, B, they're super thick, and I don't have another use for them. And they're super sticky too. So I don't even know where I got them. But anyways, one question I had for you all while I'm sitting here foam taping was I was wondering if any of you do hot foiling with the, I can't even remember the name of the machine. It's kind of like if somebody said it, I would know it. I'm blanking out at the minute. Anyways, I received some sample papers because somebody asked us if we had paper for hot foiling, and I received some samples just to test it, but I don't really do it. So if anybody does hot foiling and they would just like to receive some postcards in the mail of this paper to test for me, let me know. Maybe comment here. Oh, a mink. Okay.
Okay. I was just looking it up too.
But if anybody wants to receive just a few postcard samples, like in an A2 envelope, that you want to test, because somebody asked me if I had a certain kind of paper, and we didn't, but then I called a supplier, and they said, oh, it was the hammer mill paper that everyone uses. And so it was the hammer mill paper that people were talking about and what they were using. And I'm going to put this up just a little bit higher. Anyways, somebody asked if we had that. And so I called our supplier, can we get some of this? And they said they were out of stock. And it's on allocation and blah, blah, blah. So they said, but why don't you try this? So they not gave me some, but I got some to try. But if anybody wants to try it, because I have no knowledge of using the laminator or the hot foiling press.
Does anybody ever use the Spellbinders Glimmer Hot Foil?
Oh, Glimmer Hot Foil, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking of. Because
Okay.
Linda from Valley Stamp and Scrap and I were talking about it.
Okay.
And she actually let me play with hers a little bit. So I've done it very minimal, but I don't have very much experience with it. So if anybody wants to try some samples, just let me know. We'll get some out into the mail to you next week. Just so you can give me your opinion on that paper. Yeah, it's the Glimmer machine.
Patty Boltman Helgeland uses her laminator and it works fine. A mink, yeah.
The mink and the Glimmer presses the whole.
Sarah, won't your thing out here, that machine you have out here, do some of that?
Yeah, that's that Linda let me use the Glimmer machine. That's what's sitting out there.
Oh, no, I meant the other one.
Oh, the other. I'm just haven't done hot foiling a whole lot, so
Okay.
I need somebody to give me lessons on it. So, anyways, so now I'm putting in my second layer of waves. And you probably noticed that I have a little gap right there, and I did that on purpose because
Did I hear a...
I am going to put some sand down there. because obviously you need some sand.
My dog is leaving her toys around.
So when I rip, I like to tend to hold my fingers close to each other and then do a more controlled rip. I know there are some like rulers that you can rip along, so I like doing like, oops, that one's still a little high.
Do you want me to unlock that front door, Sarah, or should I just leave it locked in case she comes?
You can unlock it.
Okay.
So there's my sand. I might make 2 layers of sand. So I might take my other layer. Oops, I'm just going to rip this a little bit different. Or next time you place an order, if you're like, hey, you mentioned that you had some paper, I can definitely get you some samples to play with.
Hey, it's pretty nice out there right now, but not like 85 like last week.
Yeah, earlier today, it was just awful. Okay.
Gemini hot foil
Yeah,
machine.
Gemini.
Gemini, okay.
That's one thing that I'm not very experienced at. I might have to play a little bit and try to get experienced. Or watch some videos.
Yes. But hands-on is always so
Yeah,
nice.
hands-on is nice. Okay, hang on. My ink pad is too light, so let's try this. I just want to add a little bit of color to my sand. There are these new like sponge kind of pouncer things. They remind me of the little finger ones.
Oh, yeah.
But they're bigger.
Really?
Yeah, they look really nice. I saw a video on them, and I also went and Linda had them in her store. But they look like a really nice sponge thing that's coming out. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't have them yet, but I say I don't need them, but of course,
But you do.
yeah, need is always a relative term, right?
Yes.
So we'll do some sand. This is fossil, which I really like for a light sand
I do know
color.
a little bit of your lingo here. So.
Oh, you know a lot.
Yeah. Paper pounders are wonderful, Wendy Little. Yeah, they are.
Is that what they're called? Paper pounders?
Well, she's got pounders, but I wonder if she meant pouncers.
Pouncers.
Pounce, 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 right?
Yep. But yeah, they kind of remind me exactly of the little ones that you used to put on your finger.
Yeah, I'll bet I have some of those back there in my stuff.
I bet I have some of those in my stuff.
Yeah, it's too much stuff and we can't find it anymore, Sarah.
Anyways, but these are like a sponge head that's about, I want to say it's about that big, and it's
Wow.
white like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes in color coordinating little things.
Nice.
So now we have our sand that we're going to put on the front.
Pouncers. Wendy says pouncers.
Yeah. Oh, my tape gun ran out.
Ooh, I'm not changing it.
I'm not going to change it today. Actually, this one's going to run out too. But I think I'm almost done.
Do I have to get a different one?
No, I think I'm almost done with most of my big taping.
Okay.
Well, I don't exactly know because I haven't totally designed this card. But I know I need some sand. I got some different layers of sand. So there's our little scene. And I did cut out a few other things. Oh, I cut out some grass, which the grass would actually be nice behind here.
That looks nice.
So let me put some grass behind there. And I might pull out the dreaded dot roller that I don't really like. but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to put some on the front and the back, which that wasn't very smart. Okay, so now we're just going to slide that in there for some seagrass. Actually, I have two of them. I don't know if I'm going to use this one or not, because I have a beach chair. Well, maybe I think I'm going to use it.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. I like that.
This time I won't go on two sides because that was not a smart thing to do.
It's called trial and error, folks.
And we have the beach chair. I do have what else do I have up here? I cut a bunch of stuff out earlier today that was like all beachy. I have the beach umbrella. So maybe we can do that. So let's see. Okay, let's put our chair down first. I'm going to grab some foam tape here. I don't have my foam tape pre-cut. But I'm just going to pop up my beach chair. Hang on, I've got to cut up some little skinny mini little strips for the beach chair.
Hey, we haven't had Winnie here for a long time on Thursday night.
Yeah, well, Winnie is at my house for almost 2 weeks. So next Thursday, maybe we can bring the little Winifred girl here.
As long as I don't wear my hat, it'll be okay.
Today my mom came in and Winnie was here, and she looked through the glass door to come in, and Winnie must have not recognized her because she barked at her.
Really loud and really long. Yeah, what a surprise that was.
And she doesn't do that a whole lot, especially not with people she knows. Actually, she doesn't bark a whole lot anyways, but yeah, my mom in her hat kind of freaked her out. So, anyways.
That was fun. Scared you and me.
Yeah.
Surprised us, not scared us, I guess.
Yeah. I think after I'm done with the paper business, not soon, I'm going to retire on a beach. Or at least have some place on a beach. I have to stay close enough to the grandchild.
Yes.
But
of course.
at least have somewhere that I can go on the beach.
Oh, we loved our house in Naples because we could go down to the beach all the time. I don't think you ever went to the beach with us there.
No, I think the kids did.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have our beach chair, or our umbrella. So the umbrella, I am just going to take Scotch tape. Why fight with this when you don't have to? We can just attach our beach umbrella stick with Scotch tape. Now normally I would do like beachy stuff in the summertime, but it was so dreary out today that I was just like, oh, I need something. So, alright, I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape back there.
I love that beach shadow box too, Wendy.
Actually, I don't know if that's in the right spot, but hang on, I don't know if I can detach it now. Okay, what else do we have here? We have a sun. I don't have a very good sun dye, but that's okay. But what else do you need for the beach? You need flip-flops. and your flip-flops are just sitting down by your chair because you are putting your feet in the sand.
Cute. You need some vitamin C, SEA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did, what else do I have here? Maybe our little sand pail. And then what do you sometimes see flying overhead?
Hot air balloons.
You see an airplane
Oh, yeah. All right.
with a wedding proposal. But I didn't have that, so I have a happy birthday.
Okay.
So,
So, Sarah Valerie Brown says, please don't retire anytime soon. I just love your products, and you are such a great teacher.
oh, thank you. Nope, no time soon. We'll keep going because we have fun doing this.
Well, see, you've been retired for a long time. They just, you know my mantra, Sarah.
Yeah. Retire doing what you love.
Yep, retirement is getting up in the morning and loving what you do and doing what you love, and you got to do that all these years.
So it does fit on an A2 card. However, I think I put too much stuff on it that it's going to hang off. So it's not going to fit in a standard envelope. That's okay. It doesn't fold flat. It just stays big. But it does fit on an A2 card, so let's try that. Oh, I had a sailboat too.
Oh my goodness. This is quite the card. Oh, look at that. So cute. Yeah, it is. And colorful.
Yeah. So
No wonder the beach is Sarah's happy
I
place.
like the beach. I had to say besides snuggling with my little grandson, because that comes first. And then you can put it on a card if you wanted to, because then somebody could stand it up. So now it is going to be hard to tape on the back of here. So I am going to just tape, and I normally do not tape on the front of something, just because if I went too far to the edge, then my tape is going to stick out. So I'm being very careful and not going too close to the edge. But like I said, this might be better on an A6 card anyways. And if you're mailing this, you're probably going to mail it in a padded envelope, or it's going to go in with a gift.
It's going to get smunched.
Or you're going to hand it to somebody. But yeah, because I put so much stuff hanging off the outside, it doesn't really fit on an A2 anyways, but that's okay. But it can go on a card, so you can still write on the inside, and it can stand up. So anyways, that is my very first shadow box ever.
Question. Where did you get all those cute dies?
Oh, the cute dies on here are from Impression Obsession.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's the shadow box. The shadow box die is from Rubbernecker. We did these, for Rubbernecker inspired us to do these. They gave us the actual design for it, to do the pre-cut paper, but they have the dies, and yeah.
The cute dies came from Impression Obsessions,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll have to do this for a Fun Time Thursday. Maybe not this design, I'll pick something else, but maybe we'll do a shadow box for a Fun Time Thursday. And you can do one with me. And that'll be my second one. So, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. And we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Stop. Well, no wonder I have the wrong mouse.